Good afternoon. I'm here to share with you another one of my Christmas junk journals. This one is similar to the one in a previous video in that I created the cover out of bookboard, book cloth, and scrapbook paper, as well as the lining of some marble paper that I had made. So I cut two pieces of bookboard that were 9 by 6, and then I did a 9 by 1 inch piece of chipboard for the spine. I connected those three items together using a strip of this book cloth, and then it wrapped around into the area, and you have to leave enough room between the spine and the front or back so that this folds over correctly. After that dried, I then applied this scrapbook paper, which is part of the Graphic 45 'Twas the Night Before Christmas collection, and decorated the front with a piece of a cutout from that collection. The corners are Tim Holtz. And then I have some eyelets here with seam binding that I dyed. On the inside you can see that I then lined it with a piece of marble paper that I had created, and that goes across the entire structure, and that holds everything together. Again, I have used a piece of craft text to sew the signatures into so that this sewing did not show on the spine. On this particular journal, I once again used the same papers I had used before, but I rounded the corners, and I did not use any of the Tim Holtz stains around the edges as I had done on the previous one. This has a belly band made out of two pieces of scrapbook paper. There's a little bit of Maya gold paint on the edge. This is a little card from the same group that I used in the previous journal from Michael's. They just have a set of pre-made cards and envelopes. The little sticker here is from Cavallini and Company, and I used the same lined paper that I had created before. And as I told you in the previous journal, this is multiple layers in Photoshop. This little section of lines is a text block in one layer. This larger section is another text block in another layer, and then you add the little graphic, which is from graphicsfairy.com, to the mix. This is a Cavallini and Company bag, similar to what I had used before, again with some of the St. Nicholas Christmas ephemera, some tags that I had, and more of the ephemera. I will actually be using this journal for myself, and the tags and some of the cards will get used inside gifts, and then I'll replace them with other things to use for the next Christmas. This is a piece of scrapbook paper. On the previous journal I had used it to make a flip out that was magnetized, but on this one I took it around the page because I liked it on both sides, and made two different tuck spots that contain some ephemera from Graphic 45. And this is a piece of scrapbook paper from a kit that I have no idea what the name of it was, but it had these pretty little card areas, and I have used them as flipped and corner tuck spots. And there's a couple of them in this journal. This is just a little gift tag from, I think, Walmart. In this journal I had found some vellum that on this one had snowflakes. I used one of the ephemera cards as a tuck spot. This is another Cavallini and Company bag. So I think between the two journals you've seen at least the three different size bags that they have. This larger bag, well, this is actually the medium, and then in the previous journal I had used a very small one, and then a larger one that was sewn into the journal. Some more of the ephemera from Graphic 45. This was just leftover pieces of paper. I made a little writing spot in a corner tuck, and then included this piece of ephemera from Graphic 45. This is a little doily that I believe is from the Recollections, with one of those gift tags that you saw in the bag, now made as part of the tuck spot. And another Graphic 45. On this side, it's using 4 of those little polka dot cards that I was using, and then I have just made a simple waterfall where I can put some photos or other little memorabilia in. This was one of the bigger Cavallini bags sewn into the spine. Using one piece that I had cut off from one piece glued to another piece of the Graphic 45 paper. This is a flip that is made from an envelope. The envelope's flap, original flap, is glued underneath this piece of paper where I can put a photo or some other item. And then you postcard inside from Graphic 45. And I just covered the envelope with some of the paper and a little bit of washi tape because you're going to be using this side so much I wanted to reinforce it with a little bit of washi. Another one of those Recollections miniature doilies made into a tuck spot. Just a different, I believe, once again, it's probably Walmart gift tag and a piece of the ephemera from Graphic 45. I don't know about you, but at Christmas I never use up the full package of anything. So I've started putting it as ephemera in these journals, and then hopefully I'll find it and use it. So here's the smallest of the Cavallini bags made as a little tuck spot. And this is a 9x6 envelope, and in the previous journal I had sewn this into the spine, but here it's glued down. One side the bottom was cut open so that this card could slide in and out, and you can use it as a pocket for other items. And then this is magnetized to be a little pocket so that you can put some ephemera inside here. So there's a lot of ways to use exactly the same materials and make 2 journals that are completely different. Here's more of the Graphic 45 ephemera. And again, I just used a piece of the cut off the paper and made it into a tuck spot. And these 2 papers are some that I had purchased to do star origami books because it was double-sided and it was pretty, and I had a few leftover pieces, so I put them in this journal. Another piece of the ephemera is a tuck spot with a larger card. And then this is again the medium-sized Cavallini bag. Another belly band with another card. This little sticker here is from Cavallini and Company. Another tuck spot from one of the larger ephemera cards. And then this is the other corner tuck spot I was talking about. That's a flip made out of a piece of a card and a postcard from Graphic 45. Here I just made a little pocket, and it has one of the Graphic 45 ephemera cards in it. And this is actually another one of those Walmart. It was a package of lots of happy kind of gift tags, and it was the little bells and these Santa Clauses, and there was something else that I showed you earlier that was a gift tag. And so I've just put them in the book. And that's the end. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.